I'm here on time. That gets a point as well.
And here we are.
Look at us. Look at us. Look at us. Look at us. Hi, friends, and welcome to another episode of the Reading Queens podcast. We are here to talk about books and beverages. I know it is like such a random thing, but I don't remember how I came up with this idea. Maybe it was a book title and I was like, ooh, I wonder if there's more. Let's do a whole topic on it. So
Except the only beverage you're talking about is tea.
I know,
We're
right?
not talking about any other ones.
No, the book that I saw was coffee.
Oh, was it coffee?
Okay.
Okay.
It was a coffee, whatever. Anyway, okay, hi, I'm Valia.
Sorry.
We got Clari here who's laughing and not introducing
I'm
herself.
causing chaos.
I'm Rose. Hello.
Yeah, we're already off to a good start. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So, yeah, the three of us are going to talk about some books. First, I want to hear how the ladies are doing. So, Clari, how is life?
I'm very good, thank you. Yes. I've just realised I haven't got my microphone plugged in though.
You get it.
So
Well, you know what? I can hear you, so we're going with it. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can
in
everyone
the-
hear me?
In
Because-
headphones?
I think you could say
Hello,
something.
hello, hello.
Hello.
I can certainly hear you. Are you in my headphones? I don't know what's going on. I'm just
Okay,
everything
fine.
is going a bit.
What happened?
I don't know. it's all been a bit frantic this evening. My daughter's
Okay.
doing a talk at school about a book tomorrow that she's been reading, or that she's read, and she's been practicing all Christmas holidays, and now we can't find the book, and she's got to take it. So we've been like panicking,
course.
running around the house trying to find this book that, as far as I know, we still can't find.
All right, so while Clari tries to figure out her microphone, Rose, tell me about your life.
Well, currently I have 5,000 puppies now. So
Yeah, of course.
what is wrong with me? A lot of people my age, because I'm a little bit older, they have, the midlife crisis and they get a car or they leave with the cabana boy or whatever. But me, I get puppies. So I have a new puppy and I'm out of my mind. So I got my Daisy, my older dog, and then I've got my
Mhm.
little Penny. A lot of people know little Penny. She's, came to my house in the middle of a thunderstorm. And I've been wanting to find a little companion for Penny, and I found Lucy, but Lucy didn't work out. And then she got adopted. And now I have Martin.
A boy?
It's a boy dog.
Oh my goodness.
Which is so weird because
Yeah.
I've had boy dogs before when I was growing up. This is my first boy dog as an adult, and I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I've got a boy dog. He was so cute. He's a rescue. His name is Martin Arthur. We call him Marty Artie. And he is just precious, and he is spunky. He's happy-go-lucky. And I got him for Penny, and guess what?
What?
He doesn't really care for Penny.
Oh,
I know. All he wants to do is be with Daisy. It's like,
Aw.
I know, like he's crushing all over her. He just wants to be with her all the time, which is kind of sweet because she's old and she likes it. So
Yeah.
it's fine. We love him.
It's fine. She's just gonna end up with another dog for Penny.
Oh my gosh. A puppy for Penny turned out to be a puppy for Daisy. But
Yeah.
everyone's happy and they do play sometimes. So there's that.
There is that.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
I just love that you could just keep adopting or rescuing puppies. 'Cause,
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yes, there's a lot of puppies and dogs to be rescued. And so
Yes.
I'm doing my
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, you are. Single-handedly. You're doing your part.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. That's cute. All right, Clari, are we good?
I think we're
Are
good.
here
Can you
with
hear
us
me?
now? I can hear you.
Okay, that's good. Oh,
All right, I'm keeping all of that in. I do not have time to edit it out. I
It's
have
real
a
life.
deadline, so
Yay.
this is how it is. But tell us about your life. How's the new year treating you?
yeah. It's For me, the festive period starts with my son's birthday in November and runs until my daughter's birthday in January, which is like this week. So we're in manic. Yeah, not only is she doing this book talk tomorrow,
Busy.
but it's her birthday, and then so next week things calm down again, and like the whole festive period is over, and I can forget about it, and then we're back to normal. So we're a bit manic. Hence me not having a clue what I'm doing and not having my microphone sorted and not knowing where on earth I am.
When is her birthday?
It is on the 17th.
Oh, okay. My birthday's on the 18th. That's what I was asking.
Oh,
I was like, wait a minute.
Fun.
I'm like, more January babies. Yay.
Yay.
I went through my whole childhood never knowing anybody who had a birthday in January, and I was also always the youngest in every class. I think I've told this story before, until I was in 8th grade, and there was somebody whose birthday was on the 23rd of January, and I was like, I am no longer the youngest.
Well,
It's the greatest time ever.
Their school does photos every month of all the people whose birthday is that month, across all the classes, and she's the only one from her class who has a January birthday.
See?
There you
I'm
go.
telling you.
But not the only one in the school. There are
Wow.
others in the school. But, yeah.
Yeah. It's a thing. I don't know, January, I guess. But yeah, now I have met a lot of more people who have January birthdays. There's actually an author, one of my author friends on Instagram, her birthday's January 18th. I was like,
Oh, hey.
hello. Okay. Not the same year though, so we're not like twinsies, but close, you know.
Yeah,
close.
that's cool.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so my life is just hectic. I am on 2 different deadlines, actually, which if you subscribe
Only
to my
2?
newsletter... Only 2, I know, right? No, but if you subscribe to my newsletter, you will hear about it on Wednesday when this comes out as well. But I will be doing like a special sale for one of my books just for my birthday.
Yay.
So I'm trying to like get everything ready for it, and it's like madness. So I'm like, sleep, who needs that? It's fine.
Yeah,
But
what
it
is
is
that?
raining here today, so I am like full of energy because, you know, Rain and me, we're buds. So I'm very excited. So after we're done here, I'm just gonna like full steam ahead, power through all the edits, all the setup, all the everything. So anyway, that's my life.
You got
as
it.
usual.
Yeah, you
just
can do
me
it.
on deadlines. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about some reading, some books that we read and maybe didn't read, like me, who didn't finish her book, but I'm still gonna talk about it. I just want to be honest,
too.
okay?
Me too.
Just up front. Clary's the only one who came prepared, guys. Okay.
Hooray, Clary. We're so glad you're here.
I'm prepared with the reading books, but not with anything else. But hey,
Yeah,
I'm here on time. That gets a point as well.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so she's going to start us off. We are talking about books and beverages. And so the whole concept is I wanted some books that had like a setting that had to do with beverages, or, you know, like a tea shop or a coffee shop, or something that had to do with like magical tea or magical coffee or magical elixir, like stuff like that, that's specifically to drinking beverages. It sounds so weird when I say it out loud, but anyway, but I was amazed on how many options there are. There are a lot of options in like cozy mysteries, which I love. You guys know I write cozy mysteries, so it's really fun for me. I just make these episodes for myself, okay, you guys? It's fine.
I love it.
But yeah, so Clary, talk about the books that you read.
I read You Can't Spell Treason Without Tea by Rebecca Thorne,
Okay.
which it's a story about 2 ladies. One is she's a bodyguard for the Queen, and this Queen is incredibly self-centered and selfish and arrogant and doesn't care about anybody else. And
Okay.
so Raina, the guard, isn't very happy there, but that's what she's been brought up to do. That's what her mother was, and that's her life. But she's met and fallen in love with this other lady, and she is from a different country. She is she's a magician. She is in fact the chosen of the Arcana Stone. So she is the one in charge of all the magicians. She's the most powerful, and it's something that the stone has chosen her. So it's not like anybody can change that. And the 2 of them fall in love, and they essentially run away together. and set up this tea shop in the middle of nowhere. And they get involved in like all the stuff that's going on in the town. But it's not really a love story because they're already in a relationship at the beginning. Mm-hmm. And they just like take it further and then they move in together and stuff. And it's not really a cozy fantasy because there's too much. There's loads of other things going on as well. So you've got them setting up the tea shop, but then you've also got the queen threatening in the background to come and convict her of treason and rip her up and probably behead her and do whatever else to her. And then you've also got dragons attacking and setting fire to the and dragons, yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to read a book with dragons in it. Come on.
That's right up your alley, yeah.
And, you know, then they get involved in this whole search for some missing dragon eggs, which doesn't get resolved, and that's sort of leading on into the next book. And then you've got these bandits going on that they're sort of pretending to be bandits, but sort of not bandits, and reporting all the bandits to the sheriff. And there's then, because this town's on the border, you've then got somebody from the Queen's country who is acting as the leader of the town, like I'm the duke, this is my town. And then you've got somebody from the magic country who's saying, no, this is our town and we should be in charge. So you've then got these other two who are sort of fighting and falling in love. And you've then also got all the magicians who are then saying to the magic lady going, why are you here? You should come back and be in the centre. There's no magic here because you're too far from the ley lines. How can you live out here in the sticks?
Oh my gosh.
And then you've got the tea shop and all the other people. So yeah, it's a really good book. It has some really funny one-liners in it, and the banter between the two of them is really good. But yeah, I mean, it's not really a romance, but there's romance in it, and it's not really cozy. But
I love that.
It's sort of in between. But it's a really great book. I really enjoyed it.
That's awesome. How long is it? That's so much.
That's a lot of stuff, right?
In one book.
I read it as an ebook. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Goodreads says it's 388 pages.
That's all? Wow. I feel like that was just so much of everything in such a short
It's
book.
like action-packed. It's like full of everything. That's cool. I bet it was a quick read. Did you get through it pretty quickly? Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely one you don't want to put down. It keeps going.
Okay, so you said it's a series. Is it like a long series, or is it just like a trilogy, or is it not done yet?
Only book 1 is out. So book 2 is planned. I don't think it's even on pre-order yet.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so
I think
Rose
it came out in September,
wrote a book. So it's a new release.
Yeah,
that's cool.
New release.
So Rose and Clari are both going to talk about the same book because this is Rose's book that she didn't quite finish reading. But Clari did. So
I got it as a Christmas present. So yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Let me go first, and you can fill in the blanks because there may be some blanks. So I was super excited about this topic because I was excited about reading something completely different that I may not have picked up before. So the book that I'm reading is A Magic Steeped in Poison by Judy Lynn, and it is a young adult fantasy. It is a lyrical book. I didn't exactly know what that meant before I started reading this book because I don't know if I've ever read one. So it is a book based on Chinese mythology and the traditional art of tea making mixed with magic. And when I read that, when I was picking the book out, I was like, wow, that sounds so cool. And then, of course, the cover is so beautiful. And I'm about halfway through, and it's beautiful. I mean, this book is just beautiful. And I actually wanted to share a quote. Hold on, because I read it and I had to underline it because it was so beautiful. Hold on. Okay, here we go. I have to read this. I can't see. Okay.
I have to read this, but I can't see.
Okay. I pluck the curled balls of the tea leaves from the tin, sending them rolling to the bottom of the cup one by one. I conjure the image of me and Shu, that's the sister, tumbling down the hill past the tea trees at home, laughing even as our baskets of harvested leaves tumble with us, scattering our efforts into our hair and our clothes. Tea for me is home, is joy, is family. Y'all, I wasn't very good at reading that because my eyes are so dry. But anyway, wasn't that beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the whole entire book is filled with such beautiful prose. And I really honestly don't think I have read a book filled with beautiful prose. So the book is about Ning, and her mom is a Shinong Shu. I hope I'm saying that right, or a Shinong Shi. And a Shinong Shi is a master at magical tea making. And the book starts with Ning being remorseful because she has accidentally killed her mother while making tea and giving
Oh my
her.
gosh.
I know, I'm not giving anything away because that's the beginning, but she's
Mm-hmm.
got all of this guilt and all of these feelings, and because it was her tea that she made, and something happened to it and it killed her mother, and then it also was killing her sister, but she managed to stop it, and her sister is sick and dying. And it just started out with all of these massive feelings, and I was completely swept away by this girl and her story. And she's trying to save her sister, and so she decides to go to the palace and enter a contest, a magical tea making contest, and she wants to win so she can get the antidote for her sister. And the thing about this contest is the people who go have been trained and they're super skilled. And Ning has a lot of skill, but she's never been trained. So everything that she does is like completely raw and natural. And it's so cool. So she knows her father won't let her go, and she goes in secret. She travels to the palace. She's all by herself, and she enters this contest. And she's with all of these cool people, and they're all from different places and different regions, and she's learning about them. She meets a friend, they become very close. And then, of course, there is a romance. So she is out in the market and she's buying her ingredients for her tea and the food that she's going to make with the tea. And she meets this mysterious handsome boy, and he is like, oh, you look like you're new around here and I'm going to help you, get through the market. And so they kind of develop this friendship, and then they kind of say goodbye, and that's it. And then she goes to the palace, and it's time for her first contest, and she's doing her tea, she's getting everything ready, and all of a sudden there's like these arrows flying around, and this guard comes out with his sword to protect the princess because the princess is one of the judges. And the guard, his like cloak falls off, and it's the boy from the market. And it's like, what is happening? I was completely drawn in. There's the contest, they get harder with each one. She's learning about this boy. And that is basically as far as I've gotten in the book. And I was actually going to speed read through it for this, but I couldn't because I was so into it and absorbing.
Yeah.
I was absorbing every single word because it was so magical. But I did take a sneak peek at a couple of reviews. And apparently, I don't know what it is. Don't say it, Clary, but apparently there's a huge twist and a massive cliffhanger at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
that's true.
so I know. And so when I saw that, I like click, I had to get out. I didn't want to read any other reviews because I wanted to experience the actual twist. I'm sure it has to do with the boy or the tea that she made for her mother or the mother. I don't know. I wanted to I wanted to experience the twist on my own, and I wanted to experience the cliffhanger. So, yes,
No, it is a really beautiful book. Yeah, it's a
it's
beautiful story.
beautiful. It is so beautiful and moving, and just the imagery is so incredible. It is a young YA. I don't know why. I didn't expect it to be a young YA, but it's young. It's like wholesome, you know what I mean? Kind
Yeah,
of
Mm-hmm.
a
yeah.
wholesome
I
story,
think
but
they kiss. I don't know if you've got that far. Sorry, is that
Spoiler.
But there's
well, I
nothing. There's nothing
mean,
more than that.
yeah, I feel like it's very wholesome. I mean, it is so far, and
It's like it's YA what it is actually for its age.
yes,
Like
Yeah.
that's yeah.
and
There's
it's
quite a
just,
lot of political intrigue,
yeah,
and she's a very naive girl. She's grown up in this little town, and then suddenly she's in the palace, and there's all these factions, and there's the princess, and there's the emperor who is not very well, and there's also this underlying mystery of who poisoned the tea, because it wasn't really
yeah,
her fault that she killed her mother. She made some tea, but the
right,
tea had been poisoned, and it shouldn't have been, and there was no real sign that it was poison, and it didn't just affect her mother. There was lots of problems across the whole of the land, so there's this undergoing mystery of trying to find out who's behind this and how they can find an antidote. And yeah, I just love the detail of the tea making and choosing this tea and this
yes.
particular thing. And I think
Oh my
it's
gosh, yeah,
derived from traditional Chinese medicine, so it's got a lot of
yes, like you,
ingredients that you would find in that. I think she does say it's not literal, and she's adapted it. It's not. It is not
Yeah,
traditional
don't go
Chinese
make this
medicine.
tea. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, you can read like pages and pages of making one tea, and it's fascinating. It's not boring. It's not slow. It's like, wow, you're watching this, beautiful tea making experience. And it's like, what? It's so cool.
Yeah,
So
that's kind of cool, like to have that contrast because you say there's like a lot of political and whatever, her coming of age, her discovery, whatever. But then you have like the slow moments of her making the tea. Like it's like a good like balance, I feel like. It's on my TBR because I was just very intrigued by it too. But her writing kind of reminds me. Have you read Maggie Stiefvater? She has very like vivid imagery to her writing
oh,
too, which I can't speed read her books either. Like I have to like
yeah.
really process because my brain needs to like really be in it to see it. Because she really does that like attention to detail so well.
Yeah. Is that the
So
Raven Boys, right?
yeah,
Oh,
mm-hmm.
I need to it's been on my TBR forever, but yeah, I definitely need to read
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, she has a bunch. She had like the Wolf series, the Shifter series is the one I read first by her, and then the Raven Boys. And I still haven't read her standalone, the Scorpio Races,
Oh yeah.
which is the one
I've
that
read the
like
Scorpio
Joanna
Races.
is always
I
like,
really
read it.
I really want to read the one she's written as the follow-on to Brave, the Disney film.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She
Bravely.
Oh,
just did that.
I
Yep.
really want to read that, but yeah.
Yeah, she has. Yeah, she definitely has a really like a potent way of like
Mm.
describing things, and that's what how this one sounds too. So
Mm.
that's definitely gonna be a cool book to read if I ever get
Yeah,
yes.
to it.
it is good. And I must admit, I thought the romance was one of the lesser well done things in the
Oh
story.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
I wonder if that's because they're coming from a place where they're so like they feel very young to me. I mean, could that be it? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it just wasn't the point of the story. Like maybe that's just a
I don't know. It might
small
be part
Yeah.
of
aspect
her
of her.
naivety that I don't want to say too much because I don't want to
Don't
Yeah,
say
spoil
it.
it.
yeah,
So I'm like,
She's definitely innocent and naive for sure.
yeah,
And she's being
and
exposed
trusting.
to all these things. Yes, very trusting. But then again, she's young and she's acting her age, you know?
which is like, I mean, it's YA.
Which is
Like,
nice. Yeah.
they should act their age. It's
Yes.
funny sometimes when I get like reviews for, a character that's being annoying and stupid in their decision making because they're 17 and they're making these decisions for the first time. I'm like, what do you want them to do? Like, you
Exactly.
want them to know what they're doing? That's not how being a teenager works. It's not how being an adult works. I mean, as an adult, you have more things to help you make better decisions, like life experiences. But these kids, like, literally making decisions.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay that they act their age. Like, what's the
Exactly.
point?
And I found it so refreshing with this book. And so I can't
Yeah.
wait to finish it.
I think sometimes it's hard too because a lot of young adult books are qualified as young adult and they're not young adult.
Yeah.
And so then you get that confusion because then you read a book that's like truly has the essence of the young adult genre, and then you're like, wait, they're so young. I'm like, no, like, you know what I mean? So like it's sometimes hard to like distinguish that in your brain that this is
Yes.
how there should be some of the stuff, because sometimes they qualify these young adult books and it's like bully romance and hardcore
Yeah.
scenes and
Ugh.
all this stuff, and I'm like,
I mean,
guys,
yeah. Some people
okay,
love
I
it.
get it. Yes, but like those themes are a little different than young adult themes, so
Yeah,
it's kind of
there's
like,
young adult and there's young adults.
yeah, exactly. So anyway, that's my little rant on that. I always get really annoyed about like misqualifying the books,
I agree 100% with all of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I did not read Rose's book, so I can't comment on that beyond wanting to read it. But I did start the Spelling the Tea, which is a magical tea room mystery by Erin Johnson. And this is a cozy mystery, and it's really cool. The thing that kind of really pulled me into it is that I read quite a few cozy mysteries just because I write in it, but I haven't read one that is set outside of the US.
Oh.
And probably, I feel like I maybe done it once, but not really. So this is a story set in Bath, and it is about a vampire-owned tea room. And I'm like so
I love
excited to
that.
finish it because it just sounds so good. But our main character, Minnie, she just left. I think she's divorcing her husband, who's like a cheating jerk and stuff like that. So this is like she's younger, but it's still adult because she's, the themes are a little different, So she's back in Bath, and with the magic of the town's enchanted spring flowing through her veins, she's ready to explore her newbie witch powers and pen her novel. Because, Jane Austen wrote in Bath, so she's like, I can be inspired like my favorite author kind of thing.
I love it.
Yeah, so she gets a job she's trying to get a job at the vampire-owned tea room, and when she gets there, an employee drops dead during the interview. So
Of course.
now, yeah, it's cute because she also is living with a vampire, so she has like her vampire bestie who's the one who actually told her to go to this vampire OT room, and then she has a black cat familiar, and she's just like, I got this, I'm gonna figure out who the killer is. But then she's dealing with the vampire who owns the tea shop, so it's like a whole big thing, and it just like is really fun and cozy. Like the writing is really good, and I just enjoyed it right away,
That sounds so fun. I love it. Yeah.
I'm really excited to finish it just because like I love paranormal everything, and to bring that into cozies is like, yes, give me a mystery, give me romance, and make it magical and cozy. Like, yes. So yeah, it's a whole series. There's at least 5 books out now,
wow.
I think, or maybe 6 books. And they're all like tea,
Yeah.
steeping secrets, save the last dance for tea, English after doom tea. Like,
Oh,
they're
how
all like
fun. They're all
cute. Yeah.
puns. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, that is so clever. I love it when people can do like clever things like that. And sometimes I think, can I do something like that? And I can never think of anything.
I mean, I guess if you were writing cozy mysteries, you would read cozy mysteries, so your brain would like pick up those puns a little easier. Because I
Yeah.
feel like all the cozy mystery writers are just like right there on those puns. Like they know. Yeah. So yeah, I'm
Cute.
really excited. I love paranormal cozy mysteries, and Vampire's Own Tea Room in Bath like somebody take me there. I feel like that would just be like so awesome to visit.
I'll go with you.
Yeah, let's go.
Clary, you're coming too.
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
Let's go to bar.
We're just traveling. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I just think that like I want to look for more books that are like books and beverages. There is a couple of tea or coffee shop books that are young adult. No, I think they're new adult rom-coms, and those are coffee shop books. But now I just like want to see other genres because we have young adult, we have adult.
Legends and Lattes is
yeah.
the big fantasy book that came out last year, I think, by Travis Baldry, which is
cozy fantasy.
Cozy
right?
fantasy, yeah. That's much cozier than the tree. I read it last year, and that's really fun. And it's like an ogre who wants to give up being a bounty hunter and
a warrior. Yeah.
Like a warrior, and she wants to set up a coffee shop in the middle of nowhere. So she she's like introducing them to the idea of coffee because nobody there has ever had coffee before. And they're like, what is this strange thing?
Yeah.
So
I want to
that's
read
a really
that
fun
one.
book.
That's on my list.
Yeah.
For sure. Because that one I've heard so much that it's like super cozy and just like the fantasy aspects are really really well done in it. So I'm like, I need to add it to my like top of my list. But
your giant list.
My giant list.
Yeah.
That I don't know. I feel like I've made quite a dent in it.
Oh,
Even
good.
though I didn't read that much last year, I read over 50 books. And I'm like, and most of those, like a good portion of those were books that I already like owned or has been on my TBR for a really long time. So I didn't like really, I read a lot of arcs as well, but I felt like I had a good balance between the two versus always just getting new books as they're mentioned and not touching anything on my shelf or whatever. So yeah, speaking of that, Clary, what are you reading next?
I'm reading two books because I'm reading one as an ebook and one as a paperback. I'm reading Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo, which I just started yesterday, and it's just a little bit creepy, and it's nice. And the other one I'm reading is Babel by R.F. Kuang. Kuang, is that how you say her name?
What is it?
I'm not sure. Babel.
Babel?
Babel, yeah. Ooh.
I would say Babel because it's the Tower of Babel, isn't it? Maybe that's
the
really
Tower of
American
Babel.
thing.
It's how you say it.
Yeah. I mean, that's really cool. And it's because it's all about translating, and the magic in there is based on the difference in meaning between words in different languages. And of course, I'm British and I live in the Netherlands, so I live between two languages because I do some things in Dutch and I do some things in English, and it's like, wow, this is so cool. It's all about words and how they don't always mean the same thing. So I'm sure you probably have the same sort of feeling, Valia, with you with the English and Russian. But
yes.
No, it's and of course it's set in Oxford, and I did my undergraduate in Oxford, so that's also really cool. And they're going on Magpie Lane. I'm like, I don't think Univ has any rooms on Magpie Lane, does it? Anyway, it's like
that's funny.
So
I do actually own that. I got that for Book of the Month, and I wanted to read it this month, but I wanted to like start it in the beginning of the month, but I didn't. So now I have to move it down my list for a while. But that's really cool that you're enjoying it. So.
It's a chunky book.
Yeah, it is. It's a commitment.
It is.
But that's cool. Rose, are you panicking because you don't know what book you're reading next?
Well, I'm panicking because I think my precious little puppy had an accident.
Oh, no.
So I have to go over there and clean it, but
we're almost done. We're almost done.
So I am going to finish reading, of course, A Magic Steeped in Poison. And then I'm going to go back to what I was reading, which is The Red Queen. And I actually have not read that one before. And I'm finally getting to it. I'm listening to it on Audible. And I have to say, I'm liking it okay. I'm not a big, I don't know, but I'm going to finish it because a lot of people really love that book. So I'm going to finish it, but I'm super excited about finishing A Magic Steeped in Poison. but I'm
Fun.
I will say that I've made the decision this year that I'm not going to keep reading books I'm not enjoying. So I'm going to,
Yeah,
to not
same.
finish books easier. That's
I want you
my
to
my
know-
reading goal for the year.
Okay, I'm so glad you said that because I'm listening to it and I'm thinking, is it better if I'm reading it? Or is it the listening? But I'm not feeling the story completely. And so,
Then it's okay to walk away.
but I also know that so many people love that book. And so I kind of want to
No book is for everyone.
like I'm
Correct.
waiting, like I'm
Yeah.
waiting for the thing. What's the thing? What's the big thing? And I just, okay, you guys have given me permission.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to think.
Yeah, I'm giving you permission
Yeah,
to
definitely.
DNF that.
Yeah.
So
What are you reading, Valia?
yeah,
I am still reading A Crown of Ivy and Glass by Claire Lee Grant. It's her adult fantasy debut. I'm really enjoying it, but it also is like a lot. So taking my time with it. Very excited so far. It's like really cool and interesting. And then I really want to read When in Rome by Sarah Adams, which is a rom-com that came out last year. And I really love Sarah Adams' writing, and I think that's the only book by her I haven't read yet. So I'm like, oh, I have it. Let me read it. So yeah, fantasy and rom-coms. That's where my brain is at right now, you know.
I love it.
Anyway.
I love your brain is there.
Yeah.
I love
So
your
yeah,
brain.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So yeah, that would be all for us for this episode. If you guys have read any of these books, if you have other books to recommend that have to deal with beverages, let us know. You can follow us on Instagram at Reading Queens Pod or Facebook with the same handle, and tell us your thoughts. We'd love to talk to you. Also, go ahead and give us a follow on your favorite podcast platform and leave a star rating or a review, and then tell everybody to come hang out with us because this chaotic podcast has a lot of life left in it. So
And we are
would
fun.
love for you to be here. Yeah. But yeah, and that will be all for us. We'll talk to you guys next week. Okay, bye.
Bye.